Life Stallions, what's up? Kingdom Barber here, back with another one. Today's video is going to be on a product that I received from Blur Guard. It is a blur comb, which is going to be this bad boy right here. Had this in the shop for a few weeks, and of course we're going to unbox this and review this. And I'm going to let you guys know whether we're going to crown or trash this new blur comb from Blur Guard. So before we hop into this, you already know what to do. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. Give the video a thumbs up if you like the content, and also follow me on my Instagram page at Kingmelifestyles. So without further ado, let's get to that intro. Welcome back to the channel. So we are talking about the new blur comb from Blur Guard. Now what this comb is basically a clipper comb. Basically when you do your clipper over comb work, this is what kind of comb this is. And so since we don't have any information about the comb on this package, what we'll do is we'll just head over to my unboxing station, take a closer look at the comb and everything that comes along with it. So let's head over, guys. So I ended up getting two combs from Blur. Really nothing on the package here. So what we'll do is we'll just open up one here. So first thing out of this wrapper here is gonna be this little sticker that you get with the comb. Here it is, guys, the blur comb. My first impression of this comb is that I like the color on it. I like the green because it really will show the contrast between the hair and also the comb, so you're able to see what you're cutting. Let's start off with the teeth. So the teeth on here, it's not real stiff, but it has a little movement there. It doesn't feel like it'll break off easily. You know, you get some cheap combs and the teeth on here will break off really easily. And then the comb itself has a little thickness to it. The comb is really lightweight. On the handle, you'll see the Blur logo there. It's gonna be cut out. And then also here, you're gonna have like a thumb or finger indent here. So it's good for ergonomics there. Basically, if you wanna hold the comb like this, as you're doing clipper over comb, you can do that. Of course, you can also hold the comb like this. They also have indent here. So when you are holding your comb like that, it feels a lot more comfortable. One of my favorite combs is this blue comb here. Johnny B makes this comb. This is the comb I've been using forever. One of my favorite combs. When I compare the teeth on this comb here, it feels a little bit more stiff versus the Blur comb. When it comes to the size of the Johnny B comb versus the Blur comb, the Johnny B comb is a little longer. When you look at it as far as width, the Blur comb is a little bit wider. As you can see, some of the teeth poking out from the Blur comb. So the Blur comb is shorter, but the Blur comb is a little bit more wider. And when it comes to like the thickness of the comb, the Blur comb is just a little tiny bit thicker as well. One thing I like on the Blur comb is the handle. The handle is really what sold me because it just feels very comfortable. It's really thick. This handle here on the Johnny B comb doesn't really have any like grooves or anything like that. It's just a very flat plain comb versus this Blur comb. Another comb I like using is this comb right here. This is the Haju comb. So if I'm saying that wrong, guys, please correct me, but this is also a really good comb too, guys. I like using this comb as well. It has a little bit of an indent on the handle there. Now, when you compare it to the Blur comb, this Haju comb, just a little bit wider and also longer than the Blur comb. So this is definitely the biggest comb. If I had to put it in order, the Blur comb is definitely the shortest out of the three. We brought out the scale. I mean, obviously it doesn't really matter if you have a heavier comb or not, but just wanted to show you guys how heavy it is. And this is gonna be at 0.9. So we're gonna compare it to the Johnny B comb. It's gonna be at 0.8. And then here, the Haju comb. And it's gonna be at 0.9. So it weighs the same as the Blur comb. So the pricing on the blur comb is gonna run you around $10 on the website. Of course, I'm gonna leave you that link in the description below on where you can order one of these if you guys are interested in picking up one of these. So when it comes to the ergonomics on the comb, they put a lot of thought into it as far as the handle, especially because with the handle, you have the two grooves here on the comb part here. So if you're holding your comb like this is how I prefer to hold my comb, this way. But you can also hold it this way. So if you're doing clipper over comb and you're holding the comb this way, it has these two indents here for you to be comfortable at holding the comb this way as well. If I had to choose, I always prefer to hold my comb this way, but sometimes I do hold my comb this way. So they cover both ends of that, and I'm not even sure if that's what they meant to do with it. I feel like the way it's designed, I think that's what they meant to do. I like how the handle is thick as well, especially compared to the other combs. There's just a lot more going on with this, plus the color of this comb as well. The lime green really does help with that contrast, so you can see your hair when you're cutting it, because you can't cut what you can't see, right? So I didn't see like what kind of material this comb is made of. Whatever material it is, I want to say it's the same like my Johnny B comb. Like sometimes I'll have combs that when you're trying to grip the hair to do your clipper over comb work, sometimes it doesn't grip the hair. You have some hairs that just stick to the head. And this comb, I didn't have any problems with that. And again, I'm not sure of the materials of this comb. If you guys know, please drop a comment, let me know. As of right now, I'm just gonna say it's a really nice hard plastic. So a little hack that I like to do when I'm using my blur comb, I actually like using the blur guard, which is this bad boy right here. So what I like doing is I like to use my blur guard with the blur comb. So obviously I put the guard on the clipper and I do my clipper over comb work with the guard. It'll help you from not making too many mistakes as far as sometimes when you're doing your clipper over comb and you don't use a guard, you just use a straight clipper. Sometimes you can dig in too much, especially if you're trying to leave a little bit more weight on the sides of the hair when you're doing your clipper over comb. I find it easier when you use a guard like the blur guard to put on your clipper and you do your clipper over comb work, and it's gonna leave you a lot more hair on the sides. That way you don't dig in too much. You wanna keep that weight on the side. Try using a blur guard with the comb. That's a little hack that I like to use, so you guys check that out. So the question today, guys, are we going to crown or trash the new blur comb? And today, guys, we are going to crown this comb. I think for $10 is definitely worth the price. And if you are a new beginning barber, it's a perfect comb for you to use and start off with because of this ergonomics on this and the handle and also the color. You can see the hair. And as a seasoned barber too, I think it's also a great comb. So if you guys are just in the market for looking for another clipper comb, check out the blur comb. I think you'll like it. And again, $10, you can't beat that price. So when it comes to clipper over comb, that's like one of my favorite things to do when I am cutting hair. I just love clipper over comb. So I have so many different cutting combs, and I just think that when you are really good at doing clipper over comb work, it'll help you speed your fades up and you don't have to use as many guards. If you are interested, check out that link below and get you one of these combs. So that's gonna be a wrap on today's video. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up, get in that comment section and let me know what you guys think about the new blur comb. Is this something that you're gonna grab or are you gonna pass on it? Let me know in the comment section. Until then, I will see you on the next video.